Alright, it's Saturday, March 2nd. Do a little update here. My son Riley said I could use his iPad, so it's got really good camera on it. So anyway, we're going to give a update on the cement plant yard today. Okay, originally this yard was going to have 5 sidings on it. Instead, and they were going to start up there and come all the way down. All those are 90 plus inches long. So instead of what I've done is I've got these two here, which are still about 90, 95, 6, whatever inches long. Taken number 3 and tied it on down here and goes around and up, and number 4 will be back here, and that will be a 4-foot long section. I'll just switch up there, and there's all the switch ladder for this. These 2 lower sections here will lead straight back up into the cement plant in the corner, and we'll service that side of the cement plant. All the other 2 lines will have its own switch to service the other side. So you have back 2 lines and the front 2 lines that goes into there. And I've installed some magnets for my uncouplers. Those are from door screen magnets, whatever, magnet screen or whatever the heck they are. They seem to work out pretty good. I've canted them kind of I don't know, 25 degree, so that when I did my test run on it, it seemed like the longer that the cars were over it, the more they wanted to come uncoupled when they were going over slow. Of course, with any speed, it won't come uncoupled. But when you go over it slow, it was wanting to come uncoupled. So canting them just a little bit, put them at a little bit of an angle, kind of slows down or limits the amount of time that the coupler is actually over the magnet, so that you can couple uncouple successfully when you want to stop and start. It's hard to do this here, but I'm trying to, I'm not good at this. But anyway, let's get back to the yard. Now those other 3 switches, or 3 lines, we're going to come out here. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Instead, these are going to go back up and dead end up here, so I've got more of a yard fiddle yard, I guess, to play with. And also my initial line is going to come back up in here for a siding anyway. Is business up in here, some sort of a rail serve business. It'll have a switch about 2 feet up, and it'll go up about half an inch there where the 2 stacked foam is, 1/4 inch foam. That will be slightly higher to give it a little bit more definition. So that there's plenty of layers here. The yard lead for this side of the yard is back here, and it actually comes down about 1/4 inch this switch to the bottom here, about 10 inches. It comes down about a quarter of an inch, so there's a nice little drop there. Adds some nice action to the train going back. That's about a 4-foot leg there, as well as, like I said, that's about 2 foot where that switch will be at, so that it gets it up half an inch. And then there'll be where these thumbtacks are at, it'll be, I don't know, they'll end there or somewhere around there or something. I still don't know what I'm going to have up there yet. On the other side of the yard here, I had to break out the box of Pecco. Running out of Atlas Flex Track, so I broke out that last night. On the outside of the yard here, I'm going to have a yard service road go down and around, all the way around these. Behind this, over here will be some sort of a road, and I'll have businesses over here, and I still don't know yet. The road will come off angled about where the end of that level's at, and that's something for the future project. About all I've really been pondering that for a couple days. These front two lines are laid down. Oh yeah, I got my solder in the mail the other day, which is some 0.8 millimeter 6337. Works out really nice. And I'm using number 95 tinning flux and an old paintbrush for the brush. This one here is an old Weller that I'm going to use for other projects. I'll explain in another episode. This one here tinned up really nice when I got it. $3 cheapy 25 watt. Works really well. I've started, I did some drop wires underneath here. I just dropped them down anyway. Nothing's connected yet. I soldered them to the track in several places, of course. There should be one around here somewhere. Yeah, it's right there. But anyway, there's one back there on this line, and there's one here on this line. I've started to cover them up with some brown mixture paint that I've come up with, like I did down here on the kind of a scenery, so I could kind of tell how the foam is going to work out for the scenery. I think it'll turn out pretty nice. I've also painted the tracks a little bit around. I've also soldered some of the joiners. Soldered some of those. Got happy with the solder when I got it. Happy to get it. Painted some of these ties, or some of the rail brown. Needs another coat. But after I soldered some of the joiners, it was really silvery and I didn't like the way that looked, so I slapped some brown paint on it. Didn't like the way that the initial brown looked, so I mixed some green olive and some matte finish. This stuff here, I used a little gray gesso, and this is some antique brown medium, and then this is some just some homemade green, yellow, and black mixed together, and then some black, and then I also mixed in a bunch of ultra matte to really dull it down really good. But that's going to work out. It might take a couple of coats, but the gessos will help stick to the brass just a little bit better probably. This Tech 2 is really kind of fun with it's got it starts up really slow, and it slows down, stage at a time. Eventually this will be DCC. I'm going to put drop wires everywhere. Future episode I'll do a little explanation on all that, how I'm going to do all my power and bus wire and everything. Yeah, that'll be all for now. I'll post another one on my phone. All right, see ya.